Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
Good, I got you Mahi.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Thank God I had it on the lunch special. I was hoping you'd get here.
Yeah, it was tricky getting this one.
Oh my God, yeah.
Look at that beauty.
Gorgeous.
I'm excited to see what you do with this one.
Yeah, me too. And maybe we should get to this guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the relish for the top of the mahi. So what I want to do here is I have these great little cherry tomatoes from out east. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to get a little different color involved.
They look good.
Yeah, they're really cool, right? And then we have a couple of on the vine tomatoes here. So we're just going to take a few of those off also.
And what are you making here?
Just a
the
little
sauce?
relish.
Oh, the relish.
A little relish for the top of the mahi.
Do I get to taste it?
You will, yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna rough chop these because I like a little like rustic feel to this. I don't want it too, you don't want it too fine. It's not that kind of a dish. It's more like a, rustic feel to it. And so we'll just cut these up a little bit. Yeah, so we're just gonna add a little oil to the pan. And we're gonna start with some shallots that we pre-cut. And again, I'm not going to cut them down much. I'm going to leave them pretty much sliced like that because we want that rustic feel.
Already smells good.
Yeah, and they go pretty quick, you know. You don't want to get any color on these because the whole thing is about the color of the tomatoes. You know, you don't want to get any brownness on it. A lot of times, you know, what you do when you color these, you bring the sugars out. It caramelizes the sugars, you know. Then we're just going to add the tomatoes.
Kind of looks like squid.
It's everything to fish.
Hey, I gotta practice that.
Yeah, don't do that at home.
No, I tried. They went on the floor.
Then we're just gonna add a little salt to that. And a little pepper.
So how do you measure it? Inches?
Yeah, just, it's a feel.
Just a metric.
Yeah, totally. And we always use kosher salt. You know why?
Ooh, that smells good.
You know why we use kosher salt? It's easier to grab. And you can feel what you have in
the
your
right amount?
Yeah. There's all these little tricks, It's the same thing with the reason that this is more like an Italian rustic dish. And the reason the Italians don't really finely chop things like garlic, they slice it, is so if you don't like it, you can pick it out.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's
a little tidbit.
Now, while that's cooking, what we're going to do is we're going to get the mahi ready. So we'll start the fire here. Now, a couple of things on the mahi. I use Teflon pans for fish a lot because what happens is it doesn't stick.
Right.
Well, it's not supposed to, unless my dishwashers wash these in soap and water, and then it's another story. But this way you don't have to use flour. And with all the gluten allergies and stuff like that, we try and eliminate as much of that as we can. So if you don't have a Teflon pan and you want to do this at home, I would just use a little Wonder Flour on the outside of it just to keep it from sticking. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to take one of these beautiful mahi fillets that you brought in before, and we're going to season it with a little sea salt.
Is that a particular brand, or do you make that?
No, this is Amagansett sea salt, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to get that pan hot. Now, what's happening here is, see, this is starting to break down, and it's starting to release some juice, and that's what we want,
Smells good, too.
And then what we're going to do with that is we're just going to add a little vinegar. Now, I made this before with a little white balsamic vinegar, olive oil, a little bit of mustard, and I use mustard as an emulsifier, so it doesn't break down as much. And it's just a little thicker. And we're just going to add a little bit of vinegar into that. And all we're going to do with that is we're going to take that, and we're just going to, that's all you really want. You don't want to break it down any further.
All right.
We're going to take that and we're going to refrigerate it until
really?
We need it, yeah, because we don't want that hot. We want that kind of a room temperature. Okay. What you want to do is you want to leave 2 or 3 minutes on each side, and what we're going to do is we're going to finish it in the oven. Because if I leave it on the top too much, the outside starts to get hard.
Right.
We don't want that. And we just turn that over.
Don't try that at home.
Don't try that at home. And we'll give it another maybe 2 minutes on that side, and then we'll put it in the oven and we'll start.
That smells good, Tom.
Wait, we're going to start with some shallots. And again, I'm not going to dice them down. I just want this to be like a rustic, kind of like your grandmother made dish.
My grandmother couldn't cook.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
I had the opposite. My grandmother was a great cook, and my mother was English. That should tell you everything you need to know about it. So just get those again. We're going to get those. And we don't want these to brown because we want the colors to be pure in this, all right? And to this, we're going to add a little diced pepper, and scallion. And this is basically just for color. I mean, it'll add a little flavor, but what you want to do is, I want this dish to like pop when it goes to the table.
Yeah, it already is colorful.
Yeah, just let them go for a minute. Now the thing with corn is, the corn is so sweet this time of year that you don't really have to cook it as much. And the only reason that we heat it, A, is to get it hot, but 2 is to set the color. And what happens is, as soon as you add a little heat, whether it's boiling or sauteing, the corn will go from that pale yellow to that bright yellow. That's really what you want.
Right.
But you don't want to cook it to the point where it's like mealy or mushy. You know, you just want a little bite to it.
Yeah, I love the Long Island sweet corn this
Oh, it's
time of year.
fabulous. And these things go quick. I mean, this is the kind of thing you can make at home in 15, 20
Right?
minutes, you know.
Everything so far I could try.
Oh, yeah. And so what we want to do now is we're going to add a couple of potatoes. And these are Long Island fingerlings.
Where do they come from?
They come from Satter Farm also.
We're definitely going to go there.
There you go. So we're going to add a couple of potatoes to this, maybe one more. And again, it's just like a rough chop. We're not doing anything fancy here. And those have already been cooked. They're going to be pre-cooked, so you just want to heat those through. And then we'll add the corn.
And what do you mean pre-cooked? When did you do that, before?
We boil those ahead of time, and then we saute them to order.
Now, was the corn cooked or was that raw? That's raw, right?
Yeah, we just take that off the cob. And that's another thing, you know, it's almost like filleting fish. Don't be greedy. If you're going to cut corn off the cob,
Too much of the husk.
to the cob. You know, you don't want that husk. Also, another tip with corn is if you're going to cut it, put it in something, a Tupperware thing when you stand it up. So when you cut down, it falls into the tub and not, you know,
All over.
yeah, corn will take you 20 minutes to clean the kitchen. All right, so we're going to add just a little bit of white wine to that. And that'll keep anything from coloring in there.
What does it do?
It keeps anything from burning or coloring in there.
Oh, all right.
You just like steam it. And we're going to add a little diet butter.
What's diet butter?
It's real butter that I tell people has no calories. And I'm just going to let that melt through. What'll happen now with the white wine and the butter, that'll create its own little sauce in there. So you'll have a nice moist, like succotash, if you will. So you see you get the colors of
Oh, that's
the
gorgeous.
reds and the greens. We're going to add a little bit of pesto. And pesto is just basically a basil puree with some cheese.
You made that too?
Yeah, we made that. And that's actually just a 3-2-1 recipe. We use 3 parts basil, 2 parts cheese, 1 part olive oil. And we're just going to go to the plate here and take some of that corn and pesto mixture. Nice. See, that's nice and
That looks great.
All we're going to do is just going to place that there. I'm going to take a little bit of that tomato relish. And a little on top and around. So now you have this really colorful, summery. Okay, so here we got the special for the summer.
Let's try that. Mahi from the Hudson Canyon. Oh. That is good, Tom. Customers are going to love that. I'm going